Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling? Dude, it's a ceiling made of fucking bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control.
Look at how disgusting of a monstrous piece of shit this man is. Okay? Disgusting. I made the mistake of looking at Nick Fuentes' Twitter last night before going to bed for the first time, and I had literal nightmares. Yeah, I saw that one clip. Where he's just like cackling and losing his fucking mind. And just like so excited at the prospect of just like being able to control women's bodies, like that little fucking nerd, right? He's such a freakish little gremlin, such a goddamn loser, dude. And it reminded me of how he got there, because it reminded me of how he got to a position of prominence that actually led to Nick Fuentes like having dinner with Donald Trump. There was a man who propped him up openly and deliberately and excitedly. Okay? A person who I despise, and every single time I see Nick Fuentes' disgusting little booger-eating gremlin face, I am reminded of the people that are literally saying he should be liberal. This guy should be liberal Joe Rogan.
And Fuentes' treatment of me is so bad. I don't understand. That's something he'll have to learn and grow. Not to sound like not to be too self-aggrandizing, but like Fuentes should be worshiping me, because I am literally I was the only lifeline that he had to like being able to breach like mainstream political conversations. Like I represented a huge potential opportunity to him, and he just was so bad faith in the way that he treats me. It's unbelievable. I don't know why the fuck you would do that. Like he should have been so conciliatory towards me. And I'm not looking for that. I'm not asking him to be my bitch or anything. But for him to be like relentlessly bad faith against me all the time, I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you? Like I can put you on a stream in front of 14,000 people. Like I'm giving you your phone number to like Adam22 so you can go to a show. Why the fuck would you like burn my shit so hard? Like you're so stupid.
Yeah. Eating chicken and waffles with Nicholas Fuentes, propping him up, giving him a lifeline, giving him a fucking media career, debating his own fan base, arguing against calling him a fucking Nazi to his own fans who were like, dude, he's a Nazi.
When you say things like, why are you defending him? I'm not defending him. I'm agnostic
You
on
absolutely
position.
are.
But your obsession with me using this word, really only for normative reasons, is revealed when you say, why are you defending him when you won't use my label? If you want to ask me, does he engage in anti-Semitic humor? I would say absolutely yes, he engages in anti-Semitic humor. If you want to say, is there a chance that he believes in anti-Semitic conspiracies? Yeah, of course there's a chance. And he has in the past. In fact, it might even be likely that he still does today. I just haven't had the conversation with him about it, and I don't really feel like slinging that around when I just don't 100% know. I would rather...
What do you think about a guy who did all of that, talked about anti-Semitic humor with Nick Fuentes, a person who's a Holocaust denier, an open, out and about neo-Nazi, now leading the charge on Twitch's anti-Semitism problem? What do we think about that? Do we feel like he's being honest about Twitch's anti-Semitism problem? Or is he cynically trying to smear someone like myself who has never collaborated and despises neo-Nazis and would never give them a fucking platform, with the one exception where Trainwrecks literally swapped Nick Fuentes out like many, many fucking years ago, which I have always recognized a massive mistake, because it was supposed to be me and Destiny versus Blair White and I forget whoever the other person was. And then it was a last second swap out where Nick Fuentes was platformed by that fucking, by that debate, which I despised. Okay. hanging out with him in real life, giving his phone number to Adam22 so we can go on fucking podcasts, openly recognizing that you propped him up, defending not using the Nazi label against him. Against their own community members who are like, come on, dog, he's a Nazi. Maybe you don't have to debate everything. That's my point. You can't be just like a fucking psychopathic debate mercenary. Like, you're literally just like making yourself, you're turning yourself into this fucking person that has no ideology whatsoever. Okay? It's fucked up. Sometimes you do not have to have a normal conversation, especially when someone's nascent fucking dying career is pretty obvious. Here's another instance.
And when we talked a few times after that, he was saying, oh, I think you've changed. I think that you're like a Christian nationalist.
I still think he has changed. That's why we had the whole argument over whether or not to call him a Nazi. I don't think they're as far right as they used to be. I've already said that. That doesn't mean that I don't think he has the same fucking, you guys, you realize that you are just as fucking retarded as Nick is, right? You guys are the same. Nick hears me push back against his shit, and Nick is like, oh, you think I'm just as right as I was? No, I don't think that. You guys don't think I push back enough, and then you guys are like, oh, you think he's not as far right as you guys. How does everybody? I don't know if I have to communicate better or if there's just more layers of emotional bullshit that I have to fucking chew through with you fucking morons to try to make you understand what the fuck I think. Clearly speaking, plain English is not enough. Clearly speaking, complicated English is not enough. I don't know what it is to punch through, you fucking morons.
And most importantly, he successfully revived him entirely single-handedly. It worked exactly as Fuentes intended. Yeah, 100%. And then the only reason why they fucking had a falling out is because obviously the fucking neo-Nazi, once his career was revitalized, came after Destiny and tried to deplatform him, which is ironic because Destiny is literally doing that to me right now, desperately trying to deplatform me with the express purpose of, and this part is really funny, trying to weirdly get himself unbanned from the platform.
Well, I said step one before anything happens to show there's two things that need to happen. One, Frogan needs to be banned. That's like just an immediate thing. Not that I even give a fuck about Frogan, to say it again, but it's just so obviously apparent that if she doesn't get banned, that nobody gives a shit over there, right? Like that is the most obvious case in the entire world of someone breaking the terms of service. And
yeah, it's a clear hate speech violation
of
a protected class of citizens too, because she's going after veterans, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
it's multiple things.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't happen, we know that there's no change at Twitch. So that's step one. Will that happen? Step two is they have to unban Steve. Like, because otherwise, I don't. If they're able to unban Fresh and Fit,
like they're talking about unbanning Destiny
and Sneeko, they can unban Steve. And then if they do those two things, then I'll talk to Dan Clancy. And I'd be happy to figure out a way forward for him to.
For those of you who don't know, these are some of Destiny's little orbiters. This man, we used to have conversations back in the day. Quite pleasant conversations, as a matter of fact. But his brain has just been so fucking broken by being Destiny's orbiter and his co-host on his podcast that he has been spending an unimaginable amount of time on this like vengeful quest to, I guess, destroy Twitch for not unbanning Destiny and also not getting me banned. Okay. They called themselves the Daliban or the Duzbullah Brigades, community dedicated to documenting the anti-Semitism of Turkish colonizer Hasan and the Sultan of Twitch Empire, Dan Clancy, as well as others. Okay. They have made websites from like day fucking one. From, I think it was like October 19th or something was when the HasanAbi website was launched. Like that was what their immediate goals were, where they were like, we're going to use this Israel shit. We're going to use what is happening in Gaza to you know, try to activate as many people as possible to get this guy fucking deplatformed. And they've gotten increasingly more insane over the year. Increasingly more insane over the year as it has not succeeded. Yeah, these are the people concerned about
change
hate speech.
the way that trust and
concerned
safety
about
is
hate
done,
speech.
so that is no longer the stereotypical purple-haired whatever that it currently is. It's too skewed right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. 1,200 Jewish people died on October 7. Since then, hundreds of thousands, millions of people displaced in Gaza, thousands dead in Lebanon. 50,000 is the most conservative estimate with direct gunfire and direct bombing in Gaza. The obvious death toll is going to be significantly larger than that. And these guys are predisposed with, let's use this as an opportunity to get someone we don't like, someone we don't agree with, deplatformed. Okay? It is so insane. It is so unimaginable. Why do they assume there won't be retaliatory obs? I don't know. But yeah. And also, that guy whose account that I'm showing you right now, okay, the Taliban, part of the Taliban, this is one of my biggest stalkers, okay? This is like a known stalker in this community with like thousands of alt accounts that we've banned, who like is the most schizo person you've ever seen. That schizo person is now followed by Richie Torres. American Congressperson Richie Torres follows him. He's following my schizophrenic stalkers, dog. Like, these are all members of Destiny's wonderful little community, which he has carefully cultivated over the course of the past couple of years, filled to the brim with former, you know, Kiwi Farms and 4chan poll losers, like all these fucking Gamergate dumbasses that never grew out of that phase, that just love doing like troll ops, okay? But now they're doing it while simultaneously claiming that they're liberal. They're liberal, but Destiny has advocated to kill Black Lives Matter protesters. He has said openly that white supremacist militias can mow down Black Lives Matter protesters because he was upset that the BLM protesters were actually hurting Joe Biden's re-election chances. Okay? A person that has debated the ethics of ethical CP, a person that on a whim, because he was mad at my friend, an activist and content creator from Atlanta, FD Signifier, wanted to troll him. And in order to troll him, he gave $10,000 to the Atlanta Police Department. That's the type of person that we're talking about. Real liberal guy. Okay? Real liberal guy. That's where a lot of this resentment and a lot of this no motion ass bullshit is coming from. Okay? It's crazy. I feel like I'm living in bizarro world. FD just posted, he figured out, do you use another orbiter to set up the donation from the start? Hey, look at what I found with a little video essayist researcher muscle. Tree of Logic, one of Destiny's weird black orbiters, admitting on stream that Destiny never planned to actually debate and always acted the plan in bad faith.
Organization. He had no intentions on doing that. He always. Okay. All right. So that's what happened. This was all his idea from the start. he had no intentions on donating $10,000 to Fat Dude Signifier organization. He had no intentions on doing that. He always had the intentions on donating to a pro-police or nonprofit organization. And he asked me, because I'm very close to these organizations in Georgia, and he asked me to give him two, and I gave him two, but I gave him the most important one first. And yeah, I'm kind of glad he ignored.
Sorry for the delay of these signifiers. Some of us working have busy lives though. Can't believe you couldn't wait 4 days for your $10,000 anti-police fund donation. So I went ahead and just donated $10,000 to the Atlanta Police Department. Yeah. Destiny ran from an agreed upon debate with me. He and his fan base like to retcon it into some other story, but the facts don't back that up. Destiny agreed to debate me and donate $10K to a charity I choose. Contrary to his fan base lies, it's not my charity, nor do I work for them. His fans just made that up to justify their narrative. He told me to unblock him so he could confirm the payment. I did for several days, and I reblocked when it started to seem fishy. When I tweeted at him asking what the holdup was, he responded with a confirmation to his donation to the Atlanta Police Department. Clearly, at time and opportunity, he just knew that it would be a mistake, so he chickened down and created a spectacle as a distraction. His hardcore fans, of course, are not smart enough to notice, but make no mistake, this was something he did out of fear and spite. Anyone telling you otherwise is lying to themselves. It's just like, it is the most rabid cyber harassment cult I have ever seen. Okay? All of his fucking orbiters like to masquerade as liberals. All of his orbiters and himself like to act like they're liberals, but plenty of their perspectives are completely antithetical to
the rioting
any kind of progressive values. I mean, this itself is what got him banned originally. I'm not going to play it because, even though it is contextually appropriate, I don't want to personally risk it. That got him departnered originally. Like, they are liberals in the sense that they are pro-Democratic Party. That much is certain. But ultimately, they have no real ideological rudder. They have no real interest in maintaining a position beyond whatever Destiny is saying. They are debate mercenaries. They will debate both sides of an issue with the same level of passion. Okay? Did you see the Dems pushing D into becoming the fabled Joe Rogan of the left that liberals are yapping about? No Democrats are doing that, okay? You're insane if you think that the Democratic Party is that crazy that they would be like, yeah, the guy that we can get instead of like a million different Pod Johns or Harry Hasan or any number of different like people that they could potentially activate as like their liberal podcast version is going to be the guy who has all of this like insanity. And it's not necessarily like clipped out of context either, which is ironic because he always is that, because the context always makes it look even worse than it actually is. Whereas they project and do that specifically to me where they're like, look at this 15-second clip, 16-second clip, 13-second clip where Hasan is arguing for something, and then you watch the larger clip and you're like, oh, he was arguing exactly the opposite of the thing that you were saying he was doing. But ultimately, it does not matter because Joe Rogan organically broke his own brain and became a right-winger. Joe Rogan was profoundly popular before he decided to be a right-winger. Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2020. Okay. The Democratic Party had their own Joe Rogan. His name was Joe Rogan. Do you understand? So these issues will not change until the Democratic Party changes its top line communications, its policy prescriptions, and its attitudes towards the working class. Okay? You cannot podcast your way out of this problem. You can't flood the market with like liberal podcasts and podcasters in an effort to win back young men who have been disenfranchised. Okay? He was watching your clip yesterday, but turned it off once you mentioned he uplifted Nicholas Fuentes. Yeah, he hates that clip, by the way. I'm sure he hates that clip. He absolutely despises that clip because it so directly contradicts any kind of liberal image that he tries to cast himself as. Okay? And it's not just that clip. There are a million others. Okay? Here is Destiny,
like what, at the end of the day,
hanging out with
how many
Nicholas
times are you going to bring
Fuentes at his own home as his former wife that divorced him brings Nicholas Fuentes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This is a part of the revitalization of his career. And in this process, he is also talking specifically about revitalizing another white supremacist, Lauren Southern's YouTube channel.
them aside before they finally come down, before the United States changes its foreign policy stance on Israel and Palestine? Or how many times are we going to complain about like the media and the government and everything? And I've talked to conservative creators who will say things and they get into this self-defeating progressive mindset. You ever heard a black person say like, oh, I'm not going to do anything, the system's rigged against me, it's bullshit, right? Like I've argued with fucking Lauren about her videos where she's like, oh, all of my stuff is deprioritized, I don't think I'm gonna get any views. Like, no, it's not. You just don't fucking upload enough. Make more fucking videos. And she did make a couple, and some of them actually popped off on the algorithm. She did one responding to Matt Walsh's shit. Got like 500,000 views. And it's like,
she's literally talking about Lauren Southern here and how they have conversed over how to pop Lauren Southern's channel off. Lauren Southern is an out and about white supremacist, okay? A white nationalist through and through. Mate Feed Art, thank you for the 100 community gift to subs, allowing 100 people to be to have access to the now subscriber only VODs. Yes. He's talking about the Lauren Southern who personally went to Italy to work alongside Identity Europa, okay, to try to intercept migrant boats by filming herself on these fucking boats to try and actively intercept these migrant dinghies that were trying to make it to Italy. If politicians don't stop the boats, we'll stop the boats, Southern declared. Okay. They didn't stop the boat for long. In short order, they were taken into custody by Italian Coast Guard officers, and the Doctors Without Borders ship was on its way. Later that night, Southern appeared in a second Periscope live stream with Martin Sellner, the 28-year-old leader of Generation Identity's Austrian branch. Sellner hinted in the live stream that Generation Identity's short-lived blockade of the NGO ship was just the beginning of a new mission to track down and stop the dirty work of these human trafficking ships. Southern has defended the American neo-Nazi Richard B. Spencer, who has advocated for violence against non-whites on multiple occasions. Southern has said, Richard Spencer is not a white supremacist, he's a white nationalist. He believes in a white ethno-state. He doesn't believe in whites being superior. Spencer has praised Southern's videos. That is the person that Destiny is talking about here, that he has direct access to, that he has also helped revitalize the career of. How many neo-Nazis does Destiny have to align with and revitalize the careers of, for people to go, maybe he's not being genuine in his defense of the Democratic Party and it's just another thing that helps him debate better. He's talking to one neo-Nazi who is a prominent neo-Nazi now, thankfully, because of Destiny's, hard work, platforming him, giving his phone number to Adam22, okay? While simultaneously, he's bragging about coaching another white nationalist and how he helped revitalize her career as well. Okay? Can you run us through how you make all these fanfic spin-offs of reality? You're such a creative. I get inspired when I watch you. You think this right here, exactly what he just said right here is fictitious? Am I wrong? Like what? Do you think he was just joking here? He didn't mean it. He's admitting to it. You want me to play the clip again of him saying,
It's like, why do you think that the algorithm's not fucking you? You're fucking yourself. Because that type of like self-defeating, self-deprecating, like self-fulfilling prophecy of like the system's against me, I can't do anything. So it gives you the perfect excuse to work on nothing because you're completely fucked. And then it gives you like the perfect enemy to blame for all of your problems. And it's like, well, what the fuck? What does that accomplish at the end of the day? What's up? Wait.
I want to be a good wife. So I got peanut butter sandwiches.
Whoa! Is it for him?
For both.
Let's go! Thanks,
Isn't that what a wife
Mom.
is for?
What?
Isn't that what a wife is for?
That is absolutely. See, you got it made, bro.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Good job.
Let's go. You got it made. Hell.
Hold on. So much.
back.
Wow.
Good job.
Let's go. You got it made. Hell.
Hold on.
What's that? Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah. Look at me showing you a alternative view of reality. Fan fiction. Yeah, this is literally on his own fucking channel. He's blue pilling Nick in an IRL debate. He's blue pilling him. You don't understand. You don't understand. He's debating him in the marketplace of ideas. He's actually blue pilled now. He's no longer a neo-Nazi. He's actually pro-Democratic Party. Did he also blue pill Richard Spencer? Is that why Richard Spencer came out and was like, I'm in the tank for Mamala? Yeah, it's not the first time they hung out together.
Yeah, you think?
Nick Fuentes and Destiny hang out IRL.
It dawned on me when you said that. Yeah, because
Me?
before, no, not you. You're already shacked up, lady. What's going on with that? What's the story? How about just one man, one?
My point is this. Last night, I saw this dipshit all over the fucking timeline just going absolutely crazy over how excited he was. How excited he was that he gets to control women's bodies now. Like just pure resentment towards the existence of women. Something beyond like wanting a trad wife. I didn't even know that level of misogyny was even possible, right? Like that level of being an incel was even something that real human beings experienced. And then I was reminded of the desperate attempts of Destiny revitalizing this fucking dipshit's career, so much so that he basically got access to Milo Yiannopoulos and Kanye West and went and had dinner with Donald fucking Trump. Okay? What is this? He's saying he was a connection to certain spheres, not that he was his only career path. Wait. Yeah, he didn't have America First at all, where he was connected to actual politicians. Yeah, he was. He was. He gave him an additional fucking platform. Okay? He gave him a platform and normalized his fucking perspective. This is the clip.
The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again. Okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi. I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling? Dude, it's a ceiling made of fucking bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control.
Look at how disgusting of a monstrous piece of shit this man is. Okay? Disgusting. Remember that.
Your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie.
Yeah, he's blue pilled. That's why he's wearing a blue hat. Destiny successfully debated him in the marketplace of ideas. He blue pilled him. And meanwhile, meanwhile, over the past year, because of the insanity of his own fucking community, I remember throughout the past year, his community has consistently said, while he was normalizing Nick Fuentes, that I was a far greater threat to the United States of America than Nicholas fucking Fuentes. Okay? His community, unironically, because of his like mania, because of what he has primed him into thinking, like such virile hatred, that I am a larger threat in their eyes than Nicholas fucking Fuentes. Now, their attitude might have shifted now, okay?
And and Fuentes' treatment of me is so bad. I don't understand. That's something he'll have to learn and grow. Not to sound like not to be too self-aggrandizing, but like Fuentes should be worshiping me.
You know, he called against voting for Trump before the win. Why do you take him seriously? He's not even a real Nazi. This is the problem. This is directly because of Destiny. Okay? People going, he's not even a real Nazi. I don't understand. Like, dude, this guy is a fucking Holocaust denier. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? This is why I try to explain to people, if you hyper focus on this, okay? If you find yourself in the throes of an echo chamber like the one Destiny has created, okay? You are going to find yourself believing really weird shit that is insanely inconsistent with reality, okay? Like, you should be ashamed of saying things like this. You should be ashamed of being like, oh, Nicholas Fuentes is not a real Nazi, dude. Come on, calm down.
Because I am literally I was the only lifeline that he had to like being able to breach like mainstream political conversations. Like I represented a huge potential opportunity to him, and he just was so bad faith in the way that he treats me. It's unbelievable. I don't know why the fuck you would do that. Like he should have been so conciliatory towards me. And I'm not looking for that. I'm not asking him to be my bitch or anything. But for him to be like relentlessly bad faith against me all the time, I was like, bro, who the fuck are you? Like I can put you on a stream in front of 14,000 people. Like I'm giving you your phone number to like Adam22 so you can go to a show. Why the fuck would you like burn my shit so hard? Like you're.
Yeah, why would you burn my shit so hard? I'm fucking propping you up. Okay? I'm propping you up. That chatter basically proved your point. He said Nick said not to support Trump, so he's not a Nazi. Nick doesn't support Trump because he doesn't think Trump is not racist enough. Lamau. Exactly. So when you find yourself in that circumstance, when you find yourself literally going, oh, well, you know, Nick said don't support Trump because he's not Nazi enough. But he's not even a real Nazi. Who the fuck's a real Nazi then, dumbass? Who the fuck? Yeah. Trump dinner guest says perfidious Jews should be executed. America First hate leader Nick Fuentes called for those suppressing Christianity to be absolutely annihilated in a recent live stream. And it's not just Nick Fuentes. Destiny did this with Sam Hyde as well. Sam Hyde is also a fucking Nazi. Sam Hyde is also a Nazi. And Destiny propped him up too. He brought him forward. And I remember because not only did this pedophile Nazi get propped up by Destiny, Destiny platformed him and actually talked back and forth with him about how he was fantasizing about killing me. And you want to know why I even saw this? Because in this now deleted post on LSF, it was prominently featured on LSF. His community fucking brigaded it and literally put it at the top. It almost went there r/all. Okay? This has been happening. This has been happening for years and years and years. Okay? Tell new chatters how Sam Hyde called to murder you on live TV. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter. It's like, it's whatever. His fans are fucking losers. But like the fact that he was calling for that with his psychopathic fucking fan base is insane. It's additionally insane that this guy gets to present himself as a fucking liberal. Okay? That is simply a defense mechanism. Okay? That's it. It's simply just a way to be like, wait, what do you mean? I'm just a liberal. I love doing debates. I love doing debates against conservatives. And he does. He owns conservatives in the marketplace of ideas for sure. Not Ben Shapiro, which he agreed with so much that even Lex Friedman was like, wow, you guys agree with a lot more than you disagree on. Okay? Every step of the fucking way for the past 4 or 5 years. These fucking rabid weirdos. These rabid fucking monstrous pieces of shit with no real interest whatsoever on any like real political ideologies that they defend. No empathy whatsoever. Have been just fucking masquerading as liberals. And the other part of this that I wanted to show you is this video that I saw. Okay? A video where Destiny is talking to one of his orbiters for 7 minutes about saying the N-word.
Load up that. Damn, dude. I've been pulling the N-word ripcord a lot lately. It needs time to recharge.
I know. I'm sorry. You've been watching the stream. You watched me do it for so long. Unironically, and you just try to push back against this. I think that a word that's that popular in culture, like in North American culture, I think it's actually becoming weird to gatekeep it based on race. The soft day.
Yeah, it feels weird and shitty and white and privileged to say it, but I feel like I'm over it. I think most people are over it. I think even most black people are over it. I think it's just kind of like cringe at this point. Like, who the fuck cares?
Like there,
white people saying the N-word. Who the fuck cares?
A couple years of it being weird, but I feel like we probably are on the precipice of it just being like whatever. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. And like I think logically, like if you're trying to defend it logically, like gatekeeping it by race, it cuts against a whole bunch of other principles we have, right?
Yeah, and it's just
they are seriously debating how virtuous it is for white people to say the N-word.
Yeah, it doesn't start to make sense. And like, if you test any of those things, it immediately falls apart. Like the easiest cut against that word is that like, if you use it and you normalize it, and some people are blah blah blah. Any argument that has anything to do with going down that road should mean that black people should never say it in rap music. Like, because that does more to normalize it than literally any white fucking gamer guy on the internet saying ever. But
they're not debating; they're agreeing. Sorry, you're right.
Like, obviously nobody's going to concede to that. And then like any argument defending that is like, well, that's their word to use for their people. It's like, bro, go to a Kanye fucking concert, okay? 95% of these people are fucking teenage girls. Like, come on, the fuck are you talking about? This is not.
Just a reminder that this community came after me pretty hard and brigaded the LSF subreddit way back when it was actually popping, to get me banned off Twitch for saying cracker, okay? And they successfully did that, for the record. There's an entire Lex Friedman clip on Destiny using the N-word. Yeah.
It's not music for black people, okay? Shut the fuck up. It's music for everybody. Like, yeah, but
yeah. I don't know. It's just like, and getting into the whole like intent thing, like the intent of the speaker thing. Like, it's just a fun word to say, and I've never once like used it to, like, the worst you can do is you could say something like bum ass nigga, or like something along these lines, where it's like you're using it as guy or dude, right? But it's like,
yeah, I think how most people see it, so it's like it doesn't even like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I've never once like tried to load negative like stereotypes or racial like animus into it. It's just that's not what the word's for. So I feel like when I use it, I have no intent there, as opposed to like I honor
any racist person ever like soft aid a black guy as an insult, like maybe it just like it just doesn't work. Yeah,
it basically doesn't get. The only example we could come up with was in a video game where the hard R is explicitly filtered. You might have people who use the soft A to like attack somebody, right?
Oh, maybe, sure.
In like text, but that's like that's such an outlandish example to come up with. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I guarantee a white person made the soft A rule. What's the soft A rule?
Well, the reality
soft A
is
doesn't mean dude.
There's probably not.
Sorry, there's probably not.
If I had to guess, I wonder where the hard R and the soft A came from, because I'm willing to bet that in the beginning there was only the soft A, because like the soft A and the hard R are just
like, imagine being so unimaginably echo chambered, so incredibly disconnected from the fucking real world that you're just having what you're having this fucking conversation. What is this, bro? Dave Weigel. Guys, you are still trying to replace Rogan. I told you we can't do it, and we can't do it. Now what we might be able to do is recreate him in the aggregate. I can't tell if he's fucking memeing or not. What the fuck? It has to be, right? He has Nico Cata avocado on.
Just a result of like is just like how people in the South would speak, right? So black people would use the A because like people in the South speak that way, right? Like if you say something like, oh, like you're fixing to get a beaten or whatever, right? Like fix it or whatever. That,
sure.
Like in like these words, this is not like a black person. This is like a Southern person thing. But like obviously blacks were slaves in the South, so like they picked up a lot of their speakings. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know when that differentiation.
Well, I think the R was there before because it's like it's like from Latin, right? It's just black.
Well, yeah, but I mean, think of who's calling people the N-word. It's not students of.
Sorry, I'm just saying that like the R was there. It was like what they're trying to say, and then yeah.
No, like I'm sure it was spelled, but I'm just saying in terms of pronunciation. Like I'm sure, like everybody in the South probably just kind of said it that way, right?
Yeah. I mean, based on the documentary Django Unchained, I can't dispute anything you're saying.
Yeah, I guess I didn't actually hear people back then talk.
Yeah. No, I mean, I believe you. Like, that does make sense.
I mean, I'm just, that would be my guess, but yeah.
No. People in my chat are saying that that's how it is too. Research stream, soft A research stream. This will be our Israel-Palestine guys.
Bro.
El Destiny is probably Europeans calling them the N-word before Southerners. I think, like, I know that. I think he knows
really?
that.
I thought the N-word came from America. They always say it's our word. Is it not?
Oh, it's definitely not. That's why I'm telling you it came from like Latin. Like definitely the people who were like capturing these people and bringing them over. That would have been transported over.
This is insane. Any person that's not terminally online will find this absolutely disgusting and unacceptable weirdo behavior. I think people who are even terminally online would find this unacceptable, disgusting, weirdo behavior. The difference is like it depends on like what community you're a part of. Yeah, if you're someone who frequents all of these different like subreddits, 4chan poll, all this shit, like for you, it washes past you. You're like at most not really all that interested in what this is. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of communities with active large followings that would consider this to be hilarious. I wonder if Richie Torres knows about this. Did you guys know he was fired from 2 separate pro gaming teams for screaming the G slur, the real one against Asians during matches? Yeah, not Gusano, which they tried to turn into like a racialized term or some shit.
Shot.
That was another one of those moments too.
Where that's got to be American. Like we must have started. I'm to Google. Who first person
All right.
call people? Like, I bet it was like a formal word that appeared in like early Bonger English, but like I feel like it got popular in the United States.
It comes from the word black in Spanish, the original chattel slavery being conducted by Spanish merchants. Isn't that the case? Like I have not I did not dive deeply into the etymology, but I believe it was either I think it was Spanish or the Portuguese, but I think it's Spanish. It's just they're coming in here now. What are they saying? Formerly. You are the biggest echo chamber guy I know. It's perfectly normal. It's a conversation. Oh, dude, please. Like, the reason why I'm showing this to a broader audience is to help people that are fucking trapped in this echo chamber to understand that, like, no, this is not like a normal conversation creating a permission structure for saying the N-word as a white guy. Okay? Like, it's not like a normal discussion, brother. That's a very weird discussion. And then this discussion causes you to think it's fucking normal when it's not. And I'm trying to explain this to you, that like, this is not only pathetic, but it is the reason why you probably get more and more alienated from like normal people around you. Is weirdo behavior. Okay, this guy hates white people. Me, yeah, I know. Everyone always says that. Yeah, I'm white, but I guess I also hate white people simultaneously. I have internalized anti-white hatred.
Stays.
Well, it's not the country. It's like literally. I think so. I think the South, like the uneducated part of the South, yeah, Gunsmoke, it does. Please explain how the soft A means dude. I just mean like I use it in the same places I would use like guy or whatever. Like that's how I use it usually.
I just don't use it. Are you a regular N-word wielder?
Soft A? I'll say the soft A.
He's lying when he says doesn't use it. He tweets it all the fucking time. He has tweeted it as a flex multiple times after, I think it was like around the time where he got me banned for saying cracker, where he was like tweeting the N-word openly on Twitter.
When the opportunity arises. Probably enough that it's like getting concerning for my real life.
Like, this is the part I wanted to show you. One of Destiny's orbiters is like, after being a part of his community, being an orbiter of him, has gotten so comfortable using the N-word that it's like actually hurting him in the real world. Okay? This part is the most significant part about this. I need you to understand, okay? I need you to understand that, like, in a lot of these instances, okay, you find yourself in this fucking weird, like, hug box online, and it feels comforting. And you feel like you have found a community of like-minded people. You feel like you have found, what? 7K hate watchers, lol? I don't know what you mean by that. But you find yourself in a community of like-minded people. I get it, okay? You feel alienated. And now you feel like there's a sense of comfort in this community that you have found yourself online, okay? It starts warping what you even personally think is permissible, what you personally think is appropriate. And ultimately, okay, it ends up pushing you further and further and further away. In the real world, people look at you like you're a fucking weirdo, okay? Yeah. Here it is. Here he is at Willie Mac Show. If you're coming in Hasan, you got to bring the heat at this N-word too. These are my biggest, most rabid fucking haters, by the way. These are my biggest, most rabid stalkers. And they've been doing this for years and years and years, nonstop. And they're fucking up their own personal lives by thinking that this is how, this is normal.
I just don't use it. Are you a regular N-word wielder?
Soft A? I'll say the soft A when the opportunity arises. Probably enough that it's like getting concerning for my real life. I had this happen to me in college, actually, where like I played video games a lot, and I would use the soft A then. And then it happened when I was like in a computer lab one night doing homework at like 3 a.m. I was talking to my buddy. I said something with a soft A, and he was not expecting it, okay? His eyes perked right up. He was like falling asleep, and he was like, holy shit. But you just basically pulled a turkey Tom? I did. I was a bit of a bridge enjoyer back then. You say it weirdly? I don't say it weirdly, Sognick. And you're an admin for Darius. You're a mod for Darius. Don't come in my chat and tell me I say it weirdly. Go talk to your boy.
Yeah.
All right. Are we finished up with our... We're not quite. Let's finish.
We're all trying to figure out why these people are permabanned from Twitch. Yeah. I wonder how that happened. I wonder why. I wonder how this happened. How could this have happened? How could these guys who are so unimaginably toxic and constantly fucking aligning with neo-Nazis, white supremacists, white nationalists of every fucking variety, regularly going after content creators on every platform, going after journalists, anyone that is in my orbit at all that I have collaborated with, they will actively target and legitimately try to discredit, stalk over and over and over again. Like, yeah, sure, he debates red pill guys and makes a mockery of them. Those guys are fucking idiots, and that's great. But if he just like stuck to that, and if he had like real firm commitments to being an empathetic person, real firm commitments to being a progressive person, and wasn't just like a rabid internet troll who doesn't give a fuck about anything and only cares about his own narcissistic, clout-obsessed, personal motivations. Like his community calls me a fucking clout-driven person. Yeah, there's a reason why I do these collaborations, not because I'm friends with a lot of these people and I genuinely like them, but also because, yeah, I have a perspective, I have a position, and I want that position to be seen in the most charitable way possible, okay, by as many people as possible. Okay? That's it. So just wanted to do a brief little fucking blast on the past. And this is just not even like, this is not even fucking scratching the surface. Barely scratching the surface. Okay? It's so pathetic and so incredibly personal. Like it has nothing to do with politics. Like in a normal circumstance, like if he wasn't such a weird fucking loser with like trying to always present himself as the edgiest person possible, him and I most likely would not even have that many disagreements. Like David Pacman is a perfect example. I disagree with a bunch of David Pakman's opinions, but he has always shown me tremendous respect, and vice versa. I can say that I have disagreements with David Pakman, okay? And that's fine, because that's normal. As long as you're like a cordial person. I don't think David Pakman would ever in a fucking million years argue for a white person's right to be able to say the N-word. Okay? Like, there are certain fucking lines that most people will not cross. Okay? And I say this as someone who understands that, like, David Pakman and Destiny are friends.